Welcome back to Let's Go Camping. I'm your host, Veronica. Today's episode starts off with an RV review at Mount Comfort RV. Let's take a look. All right, we're here at Mount Comfort RV, and Susan is going to show us the Salem FSX.
Veronica, thank you very much. This is actually the FSX 179DBK, which is a mouthful. The
Yeah.
DBK is double bunk, and we'll see that when we get inside, but this is a fabulous little trailer for singles, couples, small families, beginners. It's just a great little trailer. Now we're looking at kind of this aerodynamic one-piece aluminum, which I love. It's not fiberglass, it's actually aluminum, but this makes it a little bit better on the wind resistance, and that's really what affects her fuel mileage more than anything. Not so much weight, and this is fairly light. You're looking at a dry weight, and I want to check my notes here to make sure I'm right. Just a little over 3,200 pounds. So well under that 5,000 pound tow limit that we're seeing a lot of folks with the bigger SUVs and some pickup trucks. This is going to be well under. It's going to give you about 1,600 pounds of cargo carrying capacity. So you have plenty of room. I mean, sometimes the lighter trailers will carry a coffee cup. This you can actually put some gear into. Very well made. I love this little diamond plate rock guard here. So as you're going down the road, you know you're going to kick up some stones, you get through a construction zone, going to have a little bit of debris, and that's what this is here for. So where we don't get as much impact, the smooth aluminum, and then this will take the rocks. So this is what they call the tongue. Now this one came in on your manual tongue jack. You can get a power tongue jack. That's very easy to add aftermarket. It is an option from the factory as well. Same way with your LP bottles. You can get 2 LP bottles. We just brought it in on the one. Most folks in the winter, if they do winter camping or if they do extended season camping, very seldom go through more than 1 propane bottle. So even though this has about a 20,000 BTU furnace on it, most folks are not going to use that much propane. Pretty efficient. Most of the appliances and everything are pretty efficient, so not so bad. So let's get a walk around the side here and I'll show you a couple other cool features. Of course, they brought this corrugated aluminum down this way, which I love. People say, what's the advantage in an aluminum trailer? Well, should you get some damage on one of these panels, you just slide that puppy out, slide in a new panel. So if you were on fiberglass and you had very much damage, you're going to come see us at our body shop. And we do have a 4-bay body shop here that we're very proud of. Guys do an excellent job, but this is a little bit easier, a little bit faster. So on your cargo, on your bay doors, magnets. Now, for the longest time, this was something that we saw only in the high-end trailers, but now that's starting to trickle down throughout the industry. I love the magnets. They're so much easier. You can just kind of elbow that puppy up. Now, of course, as you get in there, you're actually going to have some access from the inside of the trailer to get in here. So if you had bottles of water or something that you wanted to get into, it's raining outside, you don't get out from under the awning, it's really easy to get in that cargo bag.
So you can get in from either side.
You can get in
and then also from inside?
Yes, you can get in from inside. So as we walk around this way, no, it used to be that a trailer this size would never have an outside kitchen. Ta-da! Outside kitchen. Got your little fridge here. Got some storage in this drawer. And then another option from the factory would be a little griddle. Now underneath here you have what's known as an LP Quick Connect. So you can do a little low pressure gas grill. Some people do a fire pit, we talked about that, but it's really easy and you're still under your power umbrella with that LED light strip.
Okay.
Forgot to pop that on for our video. Of course, 4 stabilizer jacks, gonna make it feel rock solid inside. And on the back end, of course, we brought in the spare tire and this outside shower. Now, a lot of people say, oh, that's just something I don't need, but I tell you, rinsing off the lawn chairs, getting the dog that rolled in something disgusting right before you get back in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Really awesome. And then, of course, we've got our windows for both bunks and both operate, which I think is so critical, especially on that top bunk. Heat rises, and we want some fresh air in our travel trailer. So I love the fact that not only do we have windows for both bunks, that's something that cheaper travel trailers will trim out. they're operable. And again, that's another thing that you watch for as you're comparing travel trailers. I mean, there's only so many ways to put stuff in a box.
Yeah.
But as you're comparing travel trailers, it's those operable windows, it's things like the LP Quick Connect, it's access doors for the cargo area on both sides.
Right.
Those are the kinds of things that other manufacturers cheat you on.
Okay.
So let's just take a little break and let's step on inside. I want to show the inside, which is the absolute bomb in there. And there's some great features we'll point out.
Sounds good.
Well, Veronica, we're back inside the 179 DBK Salem FSX. Remember we talked about outside those operable windows? Look at this panoramic window. And it opens, so you get all of that fresh air through here, plus you additionally have your screen door. You get an operable window here, an operable window over the sink. It just
crosshair.
Yeah, you really just get some great fresh air in here, and after all, that's why you go out camping, right? To see the outdoors. So on a rainy day, it doesn't feel as confined.
Yeah.
We have no slide out in this one. Now they do make a version of this trailer with a slide out. It's flipped. Your kitchen's on this side, your dinette's on this side, and your dinette is what goes into the slide out.
Okay.
So, but in this one, it's quick and easy. Some people, for their first travel trailer, they don't want the mechanism on the slide.
Right.
You know, it's very reliable. They just don't want to deal with a slide out.
Yeah.
So behind you, I have double bunks. You've got kids, and you know they don't stay the same size for very long.
Nope, they grow.
Well, the great news is those hold about 250 pounds each.
Okay.
So you could actually sleep an adult on each one.
Yeah.
Very easily. And then you still have tons of storage space underneath.
Right.
Plus your outside kitchen. So they've managed to get an outdoor kitchen in that void, as well as leave you tons and tons of storage.
Yeah.
The door behind you is going to be the bathroom. You tell me what you think of the size.
That's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a surprise. I really thought that a bathroom that size, we would have just a something that looked like a shower, but really wouldn't hold a human. You could actually get a child in there and do the bathing and get done. So for those people who do not want to use the shower house, you do have a functional bathroom. And your fresh water tank, 42 gallons. So really similar to a much larger trailer. It offers you some amenities and some cool things that we would normally only see in a big trailer. Well, where do mom and dad sleep? They're going to sleep on the Murphy bed behind this sofa. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this guy, we're going to fold him completely flat. There's a little latch right up here, and that's what keeps this from falling down. Now we just pop this down like that, and then we're going to unfold the mattress, and boom.
All right.
Mom and dad go to bed. It's a full-size bed. It's not crazy, but I tell you, this height right here is pretty good. So clearly, either you or me in our relationship, one of us would be here, and probably Daddy would be here.
Yeah.
So, because I know I would get stuck in the shorter part.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
We don't want to listen to that ouch every time they get up. So, little shirt closet on this side.
Okay.
And some people say, well, where are the outside speakers? This is something that I love that FSX has done. This is a portable sound system, little portable speaker. So you can take this down to the beach.
Yeah.
You can sit it on the picnic table. It's not stuck to the outside of your travel trailer. It's something that I think is a little bit more useful. So I thought that was a really thoughtful, intelligent thing for a trailer this size.
Okay.
Now right behind you there's a little sticker on the wall, and that says TV backer. There's a stud there that will accommodate a TV backer or a swing arm mount. A lot of people will do a big swing arm mount so that they could have that going this way so the kids can see. And then your cable access, your satellite access, all on the ceiling, 110 outlet. And this unit is pre-wired for a Wi-Fi booster system. So you could actually put a little thing on the roof that's going to pull in the Wi-Fi signal a little bit better and route it throughout the trailer, because you're going to have USB ports here for the kids. And frankly, that's a lot of us do our entertainment when we're on the road. For those people who do let their kids do electronics or have a tablet, that's typically how they watch a movie or watch something while they're in the campground. Not so much cable and satellite anymore, although a few people do it, so it will accommodate it. So I think this is a pretty fun little travel trailer. it's great. Like I said, it's great for people who are just starting out because it's so easy to learn. It's great for people who have kids and just don't want anything super long. They don't want to have to worry about learning to back a long trailer into a spot. But it's still large enough that it's a great rainy day trailer.
Yeah, it is.
That's my 179 DBK. Veronica, I'll kick it back to you.
Thanks. Wow, that was very cool. Let's head to Turkey Run State Park with our guide, Eli Major.
Good afternoon, my name is Eli and I'm a naturalist for Turkey Run and Shade State Parks. These two parks in west central Indiana are known for their old growth forests, but also their marvelous sandstone canyons. These canyons all range from 12 to 20,000 years old after the last glacier, the Wisconsin, came through this area, terminating just a few miles south of here. In a short period of time, the melting water of that glacier carved out these canyons, continued to carve out the Sugar Creek Valley, and left a great deal of unique plant life that we can still see today. Turkey Run and Shade State Parks are bisected by Sugar Creek. The Sugar Creek Valley is one of the relics left over from the Wisconsin Glacier. This creek is crossed at Turkey Run by two different methods. One being the historic Narrows Covered Bridge built in the 1890s. The other with the slightly more modern Suspension Bridge. An estimated 1 million visitors will hike across this bridge to reach the popular Trail 3 and Rocky Hollow every single year. The canyons at Turkey Run and Shade State Parks are formed from sandstone. This sandstone forms in horizontal layers similar to a layer cake. When you look at the canyon walls, you can see evidence of these horizontal layers going back and forth, and they're very important in terms of understanding how the canyons were formed. These canyons were carved out in a relatively short amount of time by a great deal of glacial meltwater. Once the canyon begins to carve out, of course, water flows along the bottom of the canyon, so as it gets deeper and deeper, you have water only at the bottom of the canyon. That leads to overhangs of the rock, where you have a much wider canyon bottom than you compared to the top. Whenever that happens, you can have a situation like Wedge Rock behind us. Wedge Rock is collapsed from the canyon wall. At one point, these layers would have been shifted over like this, up attached to the canyon wall. What happened is that the water carving out the bottom of the canyon combined with water moving through vertical cracks in the rock called joints, that weakened the edge of the canyon to the point where we had this rock collapse. The process is actually very similar to how an asphalt road is damaged whenever water freezes in the winter. Cracks form, water gets in it, it freezes, weakening the overall structure. That's exactly what happened here at Wedge Rock and what will happen to many of our other canyon walls in the future. At the junction of Trail 1 and Trail 6 behind the Turkey Run Inn, we have Sunset Point. This overlook was constructed in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corps. It gets its name, Sunset Point, because in the late summer, in August, the sun will set directly at the end of this visible section of creek, which is about half a mile long. This point is easily accessed from the Turkey Run Inn and the main area of the park, and it leads you to Trails 6 and 7, which include the namesake hollow of Turkey Run State Park, Turkey Run Hollow. Turkey Run and Shade State Parks are famous for their marvelous sandstone canyons. This canyon, which is Turkey Run Hollow at Turkey Run State Park, is the namesake canyon for the park. We have over 1 million visitors visit these two parks every year, which means we have to tread a delicate path of access and protection. Our guests can help us protect these resources so that they remain visually striking for future generations and ecologically valuable for all the plants and animals that live here by following 3 simple rules. First of all, please stay on marked trails. If we go off trail, the repetition of dozens and then hundreds and thousands of footprints can wear away soil and erode the kind of soil base that our plants need to survive. It can also wash or rub away some of the rare bryophytes we have here, lichens and algae that are unique to these canyons and cannot live other places. Second, please carry out any trash. We are carry-in, carry-out policies at Indiana State Parks, so if you bring something into the park, you take it with you when you go. And third, please refrain from carving or marking on cliffs, trees, and park infrastructure. With that being said, these parks are absolute gems of Indiana, and I would encourage any Hoosier resident or resident of another state to come visit Turkey Run and Shade State Parks. This statue memorializes Juliet Strauss. Juliet Strauss was a writer for the newspaper in Rockville, Indiana in the early 1900s. During her youth, she toured through the Sugar Creek Valley, exploring the many canyons and forests with the permission of the landowner at the time. When this landowner, a man named John Lusk, passed away, the property went to auction. Juliet Strauss was instrumental in the formation of Turkey Run State Park because she wrote a letter to the State Park Commission asking them to come tour the property and make a bid on it to form Indiana's first state park. It is also worth saying that without Juliet's contributions, we would not be standing here at in a state park today, and that Juliet Strauss's memorial is in fact the first memorial to a woman in the state of Indiana. We're standing here at the end of Trail 11 at Turkey Run State Park. Here we have the Richard Lieber Memorial. Colonel Richard Lieber was an immigrant from Germany who chose Indiana as his adopted home state. He worked as a businessman in Indianapolis before spending some time out west on the early years of the National Park Service. During his time with the National Park Service, he got to see some pretty marvelous places, including Glacier National Park and Yosemite National Park. However, he thought correctly that even though these places were absolutely spectacular, they were absolutely worthy of park status, they were completely inaccessible to most Hoosiers due to the cost and time spent getting there. So he came back to Indiana and formed the Indiana State Park Commission with the goal of finding these natural beauty areas in Indiana and purchasing them for the enjoyment of the Hoosier citizens. Richard Lieber was successful in this mission. In 1916, he purchased both the property of McCormick's Creek State Park, the first state park in Indiana, and Turkey Run, which is the second. He passed away at McCormick's Creek and is interned here at Turkey Run. The Turkey Run Inn has been a fixture of Turkey Run State Park since 1919. It features almost 100 rooms and cabins for rent. It also includes an indoor swimming pool for inn guests, and then an arcade and a full-service restaurant for all state park guests. Turkey Run and Shade State Parks are true four-season parks. Visitors can come any month of the year and have a truly unique experience. In the summer, we have 14 miles of hiking trails available at Turkey Run State Park. In addition, there is a saddle barn where horse rides and pony rides are available, and there are local rentals for canoeing down Sugar Creek. During the winter, our trails can change completely. We can have icicles and ice covering our canyons, so we offer guided hikes using ice spikes on weekends. Guests can also check out a set of ice spikes for their own hike. And then year-round interpretive services are available. We do have a planetarium that is open every month of the year, as well as a historic home tour of the Lusk home available from spring until late fall. Throughout the year, we are also available for field trips and other interpretive services, including guided hikes, animal shows, and geology talks.
That looked amazing! Now it's time for another amazing cuisine cooked by Andrew Klein with this week's segment of Cookin' in the Woods. Let's take a look.
Welcome all to the next episode of Let's Go Campin' and Cookin' in the Woods with Andrew Klein and Trax Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing the myth, the legend, the dry-aged Wagyu tomahawk. Look at all that beautiful marbling. This one here comes from Kincaid's Meat Market, which is the oldest butcher in Indianapolis. It's been around for about 100 years. This is a ribeye. This is a full bone ribeye. This piece right here is about 4.5 pounds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna simply rub it with a little salt, pepper, and garlic. You should press that inside, flip it over, get the other side, and make sure you get the edges too, because you want all that seasoning. Again, this is a nice, really thick piece of meat. It is about 2.25 inches thick. So you're gonna do this indirect. You're gonna start bone side towards the flame. That way, this is usually the piece that cooks the slowest. So you want to get nice even heat. So all the way through, we're looking for a nice medium rare, about 130, 135 degrees. Temperature zones are 120 for rare, 120 to 125 for rare, 130 to 135 for medium rare, 140 to 145 for medium, 150, 55 to medium well, 160, 165 for well done. But you don't want to do that. Why ruin a piece of meat by burning it char broiled? All right, let's get cooking. All right, we got a nice bed of coals going right here, all hickory hardwood. Again, we're gonna get it just off, get a nice sear on them, let it run about 10 minutes on each side. Then we're gonna pull it off and do a little bit of indirect heat and let it finish off nice and slow. Again, we're looking for about 130 degrees. All right, guys, it's been probably about 15-20 minutes. We're gonna give this thing a flip. What you're looking for is a nice brown char color on the backside. You don't want it burnt, but you want a nice char to it. Nice, deep, dark brown, almost crusty, but not black. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, yes, sir, right there. Nice and brown. We're looking about another 15-20 minutes on this side. Then we're gonna pull it over off to the side and kind of let it sit for another 15-20 minutes. Let it come to that nice medium rare on the inside, about 130 degrees. Shortly after that, we eat. All right, guys, this is smelling amazing. We got some good coals going, got some good crust. Been about another 20 minutes. We're gonna flip it over and see how we're doing. Oh my goodness, look at that. So we're gonna let this come over, sit here just off to the side. Let it sit another 20 minutes, let it rest. Let those juices come back and reabsorb. It's gonna be good. Oh yeah. Almost time to eat. Okay, guys, we should just be right about there. Again, we're looking for that 130 degrees. We got a nice char on each side. Man, that's looking gorgeous. And there we go. We are there. I'm gonna go grab my tray. We eating. Look at that. Delicious. All right. Now, once you're done cooking, you want to let this sit about 10-15 minutes so it reintroduces all that juice back inside the meat. If you start cutting on it right now, it's just going to leak everywhere. So stay tuned. Be right back. All right, guys, it's been about 10 minutes. Time to give this a nice little cut, see how we did. Take your nice sharp knife, run all the way down the length of the bone. Put your bone right there. Start the tip. Oh, good Lord, look at that. Beautiful color all the way through. Nice medium rare. Hickory smoke, beautiful crust. Pair that with your nice favorite local beer. Heaven. We'll see y'all next time.
Oh my gosh, that looks so delicious. That does it for this week's episode of Let's Go Campin'. Make sure to tune in every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on WHMB 40. See you next week.